Welcome to What's Happening in Hanover, brought to you by the Town of Hanover, Hanover Chamber of Commerce, 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio, and Wightman TV.
Welcome to What's Happening in Hanover. I'm Adam Olivero. I'll be your host for today's show, and we've got an exciting show today to bring to you some of the events, happenings in the Hanover area and into the summer too. Today we'll be talking with the Rotary Club of Hanover. They have an exciting event coming up in June, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, happening at the Queen's Bush. We'll talk to Cheri all about that. We also have Norma and Christine coming on from the Hanover Public Library to tell us about what's happening at the Hanover Public Library over the summer months. And finally, we'll also talk to Savanna Schaus and Ethan Bender, Savanna from the town. And Ethan has an interesting project coming up in partnership with the Town of Hanover. And we'll talk to her and get all the details about that, along with the summer BBQ Series that's happening and the facade improvements that are happening in downtown Hanover. So as you can see, we do have a little bit of a packed show, and there is a lot of stuff happening in Hanover this year and this summer. So let's get the show started. I'm here with Cheri Mollison from the Rotary Club of Hanover, and she's the chair of the committee who's putting on the Walk a Mile in Hanover. Can you just tell me, Cheri, what's Walk a Mile about to start with?
Absolutely. Thank you, Adam, for this opportunity. Walk a Mile in Her Shoes is an international men's march to bring awareness to stop domestic violence against women, children, and gender violence in general. It is done internationally, as I mentioned, and this is the first one that Hanover's ever had. But a month ago, our Rotary Club was fortunate enough to have two guest speakers come and tell us about Walk a Mile in Her Shoes events that they have in their communities. We have one that takes place in Owen Sound and one that takes place in Port Elgin as well. They came to meet us and asked if we would be interested in organizing and running an event in Hanover, even though the shelters, the women's shelters, are physically in Owen Sound and Kincardine. They serve the women and children of Hanover as well. In fact, sadly, there's quite a number of women from this area that use their services. In addition to shelters, emergency shelters, they also offer many other services as well. So we are delighted to be running this event this year.
Now, we should explain the reason you see the Queen's Bush behind us is because this is where the event is taking place in Hanover. What's the date it's taking place at the Queen's Bush?
It's going to be on Father's Day weekend, and that is going to be Saturday, June the 20th. Registration is here from 11:30 until 12:45, and the walk itself starts at 1 p.m. And it leaves from the Queen's Bush. It goes downtown for lots of people to see, the men in the red shoes. They cross at the lights at 7th Ave, back up to the Queen's Bush, and that's a mile. And we do provide the shoes, and we have up to size 18, so there's no excuse for men not to come out.
That's what I was going to say. There's no excuse. And these shoes are red, high heels.
They are 2 inches. Yep. Only 2 inches, so you don't have to worry. You're not wearing stilettos. And we have all ages of groups come out. In fact, we're going to be issuing challenges. I'm going to visit the local high school, see if we can't get some football team members to come out. I'm also going to be issuing challenges to the Hanover Fire Department. Unfortunately, I believe they're out of town on training that day. But we will be issuing challenges to other local fire departments, police officers, EMS workers as well. We want to see as many people out as possible.
Excellent. Now, is there pre-registration? Can people register beforehand?
Absolutely. We do actually request that people pre-register if they could, and they can do that by emailing walkamilehanover@gmail.com, or they can go on our website as well, and it's rotaryhanover.com. There they'll find posters and registration forms, and you can also call 519-369-5337.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Cheri.
Thank you very much. And I just want to add as well, Queen's Bush has been gracious enough to, as I say, let us start and end our event here. And they're also donating a barbecue for participants after. And the Rotary members will be here to prepare the food. But we'd like to thank the Queen's Bush for their support of this very special and important event.
Great. Yes, they're a great member of our community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, it's Adam Olivero for What's Happening in Hanover. I'm here with Savanna Schaus now, and we're at the parquet area that looks amazing.
It does. It's blooming. It's really exciting. We have flowers on our trees.
And so another thing that's happening this summer is the Summer BBQ Series, right?
Yes, this is the third year for the Summer BBQ Series. So every Thursday in July and August, we have a different community group that comes down, hosts a barbecue. It's $5 for the whole meal. That is our deal with each group. And then that money goes back to something in the community.
Excellent. That sounds exciting. And so nice place for people that are walking downtown just to grab a bite to eat, right?
Exactly, yes. Drop in, plan it, bring your whole work crew, and then come down for lunch. We always tent it off so that way there is some shade in here because you can tell it's very sunny, but yes, lots of seating as well. All of our rocks are chair height, and then we've got the picnic tables and benches.
Perfect. Now, another neat thing that's happening in Hanover is it's the Ethan Bender Main Street project. Is that right?
Yes, Ethan Bender Portraiture, who is originally from Hanover. He has done a Main Street project with us. So it started as Main Street, but we've expanded it off Main Street because we want to make sure we capture as many businesses as possible. But he is the visionary behind this. He came to us and said that he wanted to do this project all by donation. Wow. So he is not charging businesses for anything. He's not charging the town for any of this. This is purely donation, and it is unbelievable what he is producing. We've got a video here that you'll get to see, and it's an introduction to what this project is all about.
Okay, well, let's take a look at that video right now.
Hi, my name's Ethan Bender. I'm the founder and creator of Main Street Project. The Main Street Project started out as a personal project for myself to create content for my portfolio, and also as a way to give back to the community in which I grew up in. It was very slow going at first, but after we shot the first portrait in the series at Queen's Bush, we realized just how big of a project this was. I got a tip from one of the local businesses that Savanna Schaus, who works for the town, might be a great person to talk to about this project. And after a Skype call and an abundance of emails, we formed a partnership around the Main Street Project. Our hope is to create quality content for the town as well as small businesses. For businesses that want to get involved, one of the big questions we always get is what is the cost behind this project? And that's the beauty of it. I'm donating my time and equipment to come and photograph the small businesses of Hanover free of charge to the businesses themselves. I bring myself and a makeup artist and assistant if need be, and each shoot takes about 2 to 3 hours. The only thing we ask is that the photos we produce during the shoot, we are also allowed to reproduce for myself through my website or portfolio, and then through the town for branding the town as well. I feel that this is a wonderful way for the community to come together and create a brand for itself, so that people that aren't from the Hanover area can see just how wonderful this town is. And also for the existing residents of Hanover to celebrate the little gems that we have in Hanover and what makes Hanover so special. With a project of this scale, we feel that it can't just be something we create and then throw out there. It needs to be celebrated, and it needs to be looked at more carefully once it's been produced. Our goal is at some time in the fall to have a gallery showing in Hanover. We would create quality prints, one from each business that we photographed over the life of the project, and create a one-night pop-up photo gallery event that locals of Hanover could take part in to see their own and each other's photographs, as well as people from outside the community to see what Hanover really has to offer. Our goal for this project is to photograph 150 businesses by November. This is going to be a huge undertaking, and we can only do it with your help. For any booking information, Savanna is the person to contact. She has all my availability and the dates that we plan to shoot about a month out ahead of time. If you have any questions or concerns about the project, I'm always free to contact via email or my website. I look forward to creating some amazing content with you.
Back here with Savanna Schaus from the Town of Hanover. It's Adam Olivero with her, and we're talking about the Downtown Facade project now. It's some more exciting businesses getting refurbished.
Yes, we are back 2015 for round 2 of the Facade Incentive Program, and this year we're looking at 17 businesses that will have a brand new storefront or an improved storefront. So actually 2 of them are right behind us. Denim Bar and Sunlight Financial are 2 that were approved for 2015.
Okay. Can you mention some of the other ones that might have the facelift done?
We have Bruton's Decorating just up the road here, Bunny and the Weasel, which is a new business last year. We also have Hanover Collision Center, Violet and Dandelion, Laundromat, Vileen's. I have a whole list.
Well, I was just going to mention that this is expanding more than just 10th Street, right? Because some of these businesses aren't even on 10th Street.
Yeah, so last year, because it was homecoming and we wanted a really high impact right on 10th Street for homecoming, we focused there. But our downtown core actually goes from 9th Street to 12th Street and then from 5th Ave to 13th Ave. So we wanted to make sure that we covered it within that whole area, and that's why we're including projects in that whole region this time.
So this round is closed now, but are you going to try and do another round later on, or?
It's hopeful that we will be able to do a third round, but it will depend next year when it comes to budget time and council consideration. But we're really excited to have council support this year. So again, they budgeted $85,000 like they did last year for the improvements, which enhances the visual, the structural of downtown Hanover. It makes it more pleasing for residents and tourists to come and actually shop here and spend their money locally and keep our economy growing.
Sure. So if there's a business that's watching the show, and they haven't heard about this, so they want a little more information, just give me a quick explainer. The town does half of it? Is that how it works? Or?
It was half last year, but we found that just wasn't feasible within our budget because we had $325,000 of requests last year and an $85,000 budget. So we reduced everybody last year by 25%. So this year we stuck with that. So the total grant is actually 37.5% for projects under $20,000, and then any projects over can go for an additional 24.75% up to $15,000.
So if there's a business that hasn't had it done yet in next year, where can they watch just to see if it happens again?
We always advertise in the Post, so we take out a good half-page ad in there. It's on our website, hanover.ca/downtown, and it goes out through Chamber and DIA emails as well.
So another interesting thing about this project is the contractors are all local to the area, right?
Yes, last year we had 87% of the contractors were local. This year it's 100%. So when we say local, we don't mean just Hanover. That's Hanover, Walkerton, Mildmay, Durham, Chesley area. So we're keeping the money right here in Hanover and the region, which is really exciting.
Yes, that is. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
It's Adam Olivero, and I'm here with Jacinda Rudolph from the Youth Technology and Activity Center that's just had its soft launch, right?
Yes, it did. Today we're actually here with Miller Insurance because they have a new location and they're opening up, and they've asked us if we would like to come and do a fundraiser. So all the proceeds go to Youth Roots and the Youth Activity and Technology Center.
What a great partnership with a local company supporting a local initiative, right?
Yes, it's great. And actually we'll look to them whenever we get our grand opening that's coming soon, hopefully at the end of the summer or early fall.
So how's the center going? You had the soft launch. I guess I would assume that there's walls in there now and things?
Yeah, there's walls, and we're almost set to go. We're developing programming right now, but we've had people come in, we've had parents come in and ask questions. Yesterday we had maybe like 11 youth sitting there, and it was great.
So what are your hours then for if youth are watching and they want to come over?
So we're open Tuesday to Friday from 3:30 to 8 o'clock. And we're open for parents to come in right now to be able to ask questions and to see if there's any concerns that they might have for dropping off their children at the center.
Cool. Anything else you wanted to add about the center?
I just want to say that every youth needs to have a membership, so they have to come in, they have to get the membership form, and the parent or guardian has to sign the membership form. And once we have that, then they're able to come in, and it's a $5 annual fee.
Oh, wow, that's really affordable.
Yeah, the $5 really just costs, it just kind of covers the USB stick that they get to save any files for any work that they do.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing the center and being there as a volunteer myself. Thank you, Jacinda.
Thank you, Adam, and thank you, Wightman.
It's Adam Olivero, and I'm at the Hanover Public Library now with Christine, the Children and Youth Services Librarian. And summertime's coming, which means a lot of busy time for kids to come to the library. What's happening coming up in the summer?
We'll have our TD Summer Reading Club as usual, which involves programming throughout the summer for kids. We have Toonie Tuesdays for tweens, so kids age 10 to 12 are invited to come to the library, and for $2 we'll be doing some crafts and games and a bunch of different games and things like that. On Wednesdays, we have our Wacky Wednesdays, which are programs for kids 5 to 10 or 11. And it could be games, it could be crafts, it could be just anything that I choose. Fridays, we have our story time, which is for the preschool crowd. And at the end of story time, we have a take-home craft that they can take home and do with their family or on their own, whatever they want. We also have baby story time on Tuesday mornings from 10:30 to 11 every Tuesday. And we will also, the last week of the Summer Reading Club, I believe the actual date is August 19th, we'll be having Madame Buskerfly come to the library for a performance, and it will be in the Civic Theater.
So who is Madame Buskerfly? What is she?
She's this awesome performer. She's actually coming with her husband, and they're called Spin Cycle, and it'll be a juggling show. You can see their show on a YouTube channel, and it's awesome.
And is there a cost for the summer reading program for students to come and try it out?
No, the summer reading program is completely free. The only cost is the Tuning Tuesdays, and then there will be a cost for the Madame Buskerfly show. But aside from that, everything else is free.
Very neat. So the thing we want to get out here is now that school's sort of starting to wrap up for the students is that they should not feel bored. If they're sitting at home saying, "I'm bored, Mom," you should go to the library for starters.
Yeah, there's lots going on, and each of the programs is over an hour long, so there's lots to do, and there's lots of books, and I'm here, and anybody who wants to come and chat with me about finding something to read, I'll more than be happy to help you.
And so that was a lot of information for the viewers. So if they wanted updates, they can go to the library's website too, of course, right?
Yep. It's not quite up there yet because I don't have all the details, but yeah, we will have that. And I will also have in-house flyers, and flyers will be sent home to with all the kids in Hanover at school as well.
You have another program that's developing for preschool kids, right?
Right. It's called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. And basically any child who is not enrolled in kindergarten can come in and sign up for free. And we will give them a registration sheet that they track the first 100 books that they read with their family. And they come back with their completed sheet, and they get to pick a prize. And then they get their next sheet that takes them up to 200. And at every 100 level, they get to pick a prize out of the prize box, and at 1,000 they'll get a certificate saying that they were a star reader and get to choose a book as well. And it's just to promote early literacy in children, and it's completely free.
Oh, that is excellent. Yeah, as you said, early literacy in children is very important. I have a 4.5-year-old daughter, and that she would have loved that. She's a big reader, and I would hope that's mostly from me and my wife's encouragement before school and reading to her. So, and as we both know, literacy before school is important, gives them a head start when they get to the junior kindergarten, right?
Yeah, it's very important. And even if they are not reading, at least they learn that reading is fun instead of just something to sit and listen to.
I'm back here at Olivero again at the Hanover Public Library, and now I'm with Norma Graham. And Norma, there are some other things coming up for adults and older people at the library too, right?
Yes, we always have lots of things going on at the library. This summer, as part of the Sights and Sounds Festival at the end of July, the library is co-sponsoring a presentation of the author Dan Needles. He's the writer that created the Wingfield Farms stories, so the letters from Wingfield Farms and Wingfield's Hope and Wingfield's Folly and so on. They're very, very funny stories that take place in rural Ontario about a stockbroker who dumps his city job, moves to the country, and has some interesting adventures trying to take up farming in his middle years. And I think everybody's probably familiar with some of the stories anyway. So the author is coming on July 26th. That's a Sunday afternoon during the Sights and Sounds weekend. So it's only $5 to come and see Dan Needles, and he'll be in the theater for that afternoon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
And for all the updates from the library, of course, people can go to the library's website. What's the website, just so we can remind the viewers and listeners?
It's hanoverlibrary.ca. Pretty simple. We're also on Twitter and on Facebook. So if anybody out there tweets and Facebooks, you should get on with the library, and you'll get updates as they happen.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Norma.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Jennifer Olivero, and I'm here with Corrinne. Congratulations on opening your new store, Jadore, and we're in downtown Hanover, right across from the Giddy Goblin and Universal Pond. So, congratulations, I should say.
Thank you.
Your store is beautiful in here.
Thank you.
You have a very, French garden, shabby chic, but beautiful.
Thank you. Yes.
Beautiful look. Yes.
Yeah, we. This is our second location, actually. Our first store, Jadore, is in downtown Kincardine, and we're celebrating May 1st will be our 5th birthday of that Jadore. So we just opened this one right at the very beginning of April, and we're really thrilled to be in Hanover. But it's the same look and feel, very European, very French, Italian, a lot of garden influence, a little Victorian influence, a lot of sparkle, a lot of shine, a lot of glitter. All kinds of pretty things for people.
Pretty, yes, and glitzy.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed a very beautiful mirrored and rhinestone tissue box.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to blow your nose, you might as well do it classy.
Absolutely.
They're gorgeous.
Jennifer, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're also carrying the Annie Sloan chalk paint.
Yes, we are.
So what is special about that?
Well, I became a stockist for Annie Sloan's chalk paint decorative paint a year ago, April 1st in Kincardine, and it is a decorative paint. I would say 90% of our customers are using it to repaint wooden furniture. But you can put it on anything. You can paint concrete, you can paint glass, plastic, wood, brass, brick, anything. And people are finding amazing ways to use it. But most of the time it's on furniture. We also offer workshops to teach people how to use it themselves. It's fun and it's addictive and it's amazing.
So just to clarify, the Annie Sloan chalk paint is not chalkboard paint.
Right.
That is now also very trendy for painting
Right.
absolutely everything.
Yes, this is the upcycle generation for sure. And a lot of us are getting beautiful furniture from our grandparents or an aunt or something. They're gorgeous. They're solid wood. They're beautifully carved. They're beautifully built. But they oftentimes do not fit in with our look at home, and it might be an orangey brown or something. And so what they're doing is they're painting it to go with their own things. And there are people that say, I'm not sure about painting heirloom furniture. But I look at it like this way. If your grandmother gave you her wedding gown to wear and wanted you to wear it, but if it didn't fit you, of course she would want you to alter it so it fit you and looked beautiful for you on your wedding day. And I think with this, a lot of the times it's like that. You inherit a beautiful piece of furniture, you make it fit your lifestyle, and you could get another 50 years out of it, 100 years out of it.
Exactly. Gone is the days when it's, don't touch it, it's an antique, never, ever, refinish or repaint. And they get dinged, they get scratched, and sometimes just because it's an antique doesn't mean it shouldn't get a little bit of love.
Yes, and just like today, in the old days, sometimes things were well made, sometimes they weren't. So you have to learn to know the difference. There may be a beautiful antique that should not be touched with paint, and then people should have it evaluated and see what it, whether they should be able to paint it or not. There are some pieces that you shouldn't, but most of the time, it was just as mass-produced then as it is nowadays, or it's just a piece that, like you say, they're damaged, they have watermarks, they have dings and nicks over the years, and then people try to recreate that look anyway. But a lot of times it needs refinishing, so there's no reason not to paint.
And then you might as well have it match what you've got currently in your home, so you can really enjoy it, as you said, and love it. Mm-hmm. And the chalk paint is a great way to do that. There are some beautiful colors, too. Yes. So why don't we head over and we can look at those right now?
Sure, let's do that.
So just a quick apology for our Bluewater Radio listeners. We can't really describe orange other than a beautiful orange.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best.
Actually, Annie has given them very evocative names that are reflective of.
But really make sure you come in and talk and see the beautiful colors of the chalk paint here. There is something for every decor.
And the reason it's called chalk paint, Jennifer, you mentioned it's not chalkboard paint, and that's correct. It's called chalk paint because it has a matte velvety finish. It's the feel of it. It feels chalky. It does not contain chalk. It's a water-based paint, and there are 32 colors in Annie's palette now. We have them sort of arranged by the rainbow instead of alphabetically at the moment, but we've painted each of these little cherubs to show you what is in the cans. And all the 32 colors are extremely mixable. You don't... there's no black pigment in any of them. Even the graphite is meant to be just a very soft charcoal. It's not a black. So you can mix any of these and not get mud. You just get another gorgeous color. And we're doing a lot of mixing in the back. We teach workshops too to show people how to mix their own and do that kind of thing.
I must say that today I'm kind of drawn to the Provence.
Isn't it beautiful? Provence.
It's a beautiful color. Little did I know I was going to coordinate today with my outfit. Well, this is great. And you do workshops. Do you have an idea of when your workshops will be starting?
They've already started. We've already run 4 in the Hanover location, even though we've only been open a couple of weeks. So we do have an April schedule, and we're trying to do, because we don't know people here yet, and I don't know how many people work shift or how many people are available in the day or in the evening, we're trying to do both. We're doing daytime, we're doing afternoon, we're doing some evenings, we're trying a couple of weekend things, just to see what works for people in the Hanover area, and we will tweak and adjust our schedule as need be. Also, if anyone has 3 or 4 people that they want to get together but they can only do a certain time, let us know. If we can get a trainer there, we will accommodate, and all of us are trained in the Kincardine store and the Hanover store are all trained to deliver these workshops.
So the workshop for the chalk paint would be a great idea maybe for bridesmaids to come in to do that, yes. Or a multi-generational, grandmother and mother and daughters could come in and do that all together to learn some really, interesting techniques and maybe create together a beautiful piece.
We actually have boards that we show people what they learned. At the moment, we offer 2 different workshops, a 101, the basics, and we teach 4 techniques, and it's 3 hours long. And after a 101, you can go home and paint pretty much anything. Like, you've got the techniques, you know how to get different looks. A smooth, modern, urban look, a 2-color distressed, a more rustic, darkened finish if you want something to really look old, and then we do color wash over gilded molding. So those 4 techniques, you can go and do anything you want. In our 102, we're offering fewer 102s at the moment because everybody in Hanover is still learning. In our 102, we do fancy stuff, craquelure, decoupage, stenciling, gilding, or foiling, or gold leafing as people call it, so that you can then do your basic stuff, and then you can embellish as you like.
And create your own beautiful pieces at home. Mm-hmm. And definitely one-of-a-kind custom pieces that are going to fit your decor that you can't get anywhere else.
No one else can duplicate.
Conversation starters.
Absolutely. Yes.
Well, let's take a little tour of the store and see what else they have to offer here at Jadore. So here we are. You have very unique little children's section as well. Yes, there are some beautiful toys that look like ones that I have seen, at my grandparents' home that my parents played with.
Because they are, Jennifer. A lot of these companies are using the same factories they used to make, like the Bozo Bopper, the punching bag that we had when we were little, the tin kaleidoscopes, the little robots, the jack-in-the-boxes, all the classic toys. There's not cardboard or anything like that. There's wind-up mice and all kinds of cute things. We also have a lot of beautiful costumes. These are all handmade in Waterloo, and the woman does a beautiful job. One of the popular ones is this little tutu for babies, because photographers love this actually. It's soft on the baby's skin.
Oh, yeah.
So it's soft on their skin, but it's thick enough to hide the diaper in a photo. So a lot of people like those. And then people get them and they keep them for years and years, put them in their tickle trunk. Doesn't matter how old your kids get, there's always going to be somebody at the house who wants to wear a costume or just play dress up or something like that. And these little toys, you just add your imagination.
Well, thanks for having us and inviting us to come down and view your beautiful shop.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm so pleased you came, and we've been delighted to meet everyone from Hanover that's come through our doors, and we hope we'll meet everyone else soon. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you once again for joining me. I'm Adam Olivero for Wightman Telecom on what's happening in Hanover. If you have any ideas for the show or you'd like a business or event featured on the show, we tape the show monthly, and the phone number to get a hold of me is 519-506-9502, or you can email community@wightman.ca. We'll look forward to next month on another What's Happening in Hanover.
Thank you for listening and watching What's Happening in Hanover. Brought to you by the Town of Hanover, Hanover Chamber of Commerce, 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio, and Wightman TV. What's Happening in Hanover is heard on 91.3 FM Bluewater Radio at 6 p.m. Wednesdays, and showing daily on Wightman TV, Channel 6.